Death is inevitable on Earth, but what if it happened somewhere else? Our solar system is filled with strange and hostile worlds. Each planet has its own extreme conditions: crushing pressure, poisonous air, scorching heat, and violent storms. And if you were unlucky enough to die on each one, your final moments would be dramatically different every time. So, what would dying on every planet be like? Let's take a journey across the solar system and find out. Your journey begins on Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. At sunrise, the temperatures soar to 430 degrees Celsius, 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cook you alive in seconds. Your body would heat rapidly, water in your tissues would boil away, and you'd die of heat stroke almost instantly. But if you were on the dark side, the opposite would happen. Temperatures drop to 180 degrees Celsius, 290 degrees Fahrenheit, and your body would freeze solid, shattering like glass if struck. On Mercury, your death depends on where you fall. Next stop. Venus, often called Earth's twin, but it's nothing like home. The atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid, and the pressure is 90 times that of Earth's, like being buried a kilometer under the ocean. If you stepped onto Venus, you'd suffocate instantly, crushed and cooked at 465 degrees Celsius, 870 degrees Fahrenheit. Your body would collapse under the pressure, your lungs would burst, and within seconds you'd be a charred husk. Death on Venus is quick, violent, and absolutely unforgiving. On Earth, death is something we know well. Oxygen loss, illness, accidents. Our home planet is gentle compared to its neighbors. Here, even though death is still final, it often comes with the possibility of peace, dignity, and even beauty in the cycle of life. Compared to the cosmic horrors waiting elsewhere, Earth's end is merciful. Mars may look inviting with its red deserts and blue sunsets, but it's a death trap. The atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's and made almost entirely of carbon dioxide. Without a spacesuit, you'd suffocate in under a minute. Your blood would boil from the lack of pressure, and you'd pass out within 20 seconds. But before death, you might glimpse Mars' haunting horizon, the last sight being the dusty red plains under a dim sun. Now we descend into the atmosphere of Jupiter, the largest planet. Jupiter has no solid surface, just endless layers of gas. As you fall, the pressure increases. Within minutes, the crushing atmosphere would implode your body. Your bones would snap, your organs would collapse, and you'd be crushed into pulp long before reaching the mysterious core. Your death here would be quick, but terrifying, as storms the size of Earth raged around you. Falling into Saturn is similar to Jupiter, but calmer at first. You'd sink into beautiful golden clouds. But soon, pressure would mount, and you'd be squashed just like on Jupiter. Lightning storms and hurricane winds would whip your body apart. Saturn might look serene from afar, but up close, it's another death sentence. Uranus, the tilted ice giant, offers a strange death. At first, the freezing temperatures, around 224 degrees Celsius, 371 degrees Fahrenheit, would shut down your body quickly. You'd freeze solid, your cells bursting into icy crystals. As you sank deeper, you'd eventually be crushed under the weight of hydrogen, helium, and icy water. Death here is both freezing and crushing at once. Neptune is the coldest, windiest planet in the solar system. Winds blow at 2,100 kilometers per hour, 1,300 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. If you fell here, your body would be shredded apart by supersonic winds before you were crushed by the atmosphere's intense pressure. Neptune gives you no mercy, it tears you apart before crushing you. Though Pluto isn't technically a planet anymore, let's include it. Here, death would be slow. With almost no atmosphere, you'd suffocate within minutes. The extreme cold of 230 degrees Celsius, 380 degrees Fahrenheit, would freeze your body solid, preserving it for millions of years, lying untouched in the icy silence. And finally, what if you fell into the sun? The heat and radiation would vaporize you instantly. Before you even touched its surface, your body would be stripped apart by radiation. If you somehow made it further, you'd be incinerated into plasma, becoming one with the sun itself. Death here wouldn't leave a body, only atoms scattered into the solar winds. So, what would dying on every planet be like? On Mercury, you'd burn or freeze. On Venus, you'd be crushed and cooked. On Mars, you'd suffocate in silence. On the gas and ice giants, you'd be torn apart and crushed by unimaginable forces. And on distant Pluto, you'd become a frozen statue, a monument to humanity in the farthest reaches of the solar system. The truth is, the universe is not kind to life. Out here, death comes quickly, violently, and without mercy. Maybe that makes Earth, and our fragile lives on it, all the more precious. Would you ever dare to visit these worlds, even knowing how deadly they are? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What If Verse for more journeys through the wonders and dangers of the universe.